Hello, lovelies! Grilling your vegetables is a great way to celebrate all of the beautiful produce the summer season has to offer. That being said, it can be a bit tricky to get it right, so today I am sharing some grilled veggie hacks that hopefully you will find helpful as your veggies hit the grill this season. Starting with my double skewer method. You may have heard me talk about this method before, but it is really important if you are going to be skewering your veggies to use the double skewer method, and I'll show you why. Basically, if you use a single skewer, your veggies are just gonna spin around on it. But if you use the double skewer method, you prevent that from happening and make them super easy to flip on the grill. Another great way to use the double skewer method is actually with your asparagus. I love skewering my asparagus on either side. That way it won't fall through the grates as it cooks, and it makes it much, much easier to flip on the grill. How great is that? Another great technique when it comes to grilling your veggies is to use foil packets. This is a great way to grill smaller vegetables, things like green beans and broccoli that aren't really big enough to go directly on the grill, but you can keep everything cooking all at the same time. What I like to do is add my seasoning to my foil packets as well as a little bit of butter or olive oil, and it makes everything super delicious right in a teeny tiny packet. One important note when you are working with packets like this though is that when you open them, a lot of steam can be trapped inside, so you want to use some caution and make sure you're stepping right back so you don't accidentally burn yourself. Another great use for foil packets is cooking tougher vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes. It's important to go ahead and use a double layer of foil in your foil packets for those veggies. That will prevent them from burning on the exterior before the interior has a chance to cook. If you're looking for a really great foil packet recipe, might I recommend the breakfast hash that I made on the channel a few years ago? That was a combination of onion, potato, and breakfast sausage. Everyone who tried it said it was to die for. I'll link it in the description box below. Another important tip when you are prepping your veggies for the grill is to chop smart. You wanna make sure your veggies are really easy to flip, that they're not gonna fall apart, and of course that they are not going to slip through the grate, so you never wanna cut them too small. I like to ensure that I keep my onions together by keeping the root end intact as opposed to cutting them into rings. And instead of cutting things like zucchini and eggplant into thin slices, I like keeping them in nice big chunks, making them easier to flip. When it comes to my peppers, I actually like to keep the stem intact. Makes them a little larger and a little easier to flip on the grill. So I just cut them into quarters like so. Now, of course, adding a splash of olive oil to your grilled veggies to prevent them from sticking is a total given. But why not also add some flavor at the same time? I always recommend adding just a bit of acidity to your veggies with some red wine vinegar, some apple cider vinegar, or even some balsamic vinegar. All of these add a brightness and a tanginess that you will not regret. While we're on the subject of flavor, I definitely recommend roasting some garlic on your grill while you're cooking away. Basically, all I do is add some olive oil to half a garlic head, wrap it in foil, and then just pop it into the corner of my grill while I'm cooking everything else. It becomes super soft and delicious. And then you can use that roasted garlic in all sorts of tasty recipes. I actually like it best when it's just spread on bread. So delicious. Finally, don't be afraid to get creative with the veggies you're grilling. Of course, we all love the classics, but you can grill things like Brussels sprouts, carrots, cauliflower steaks, or my personal favorite, Caesar salad. If you've never had a grilled Caesar salad before, I have a great recipe for it on the channel. I will link it in the description box below. Guys, I really hope this video inspires you to get your grill on this summer. And if you are firing up some veggies, I would love to see them. Be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because I always love seeing your cooking creations. I'm going to link some tasty grilled veggie recipes in the description box below so you can take a look for them there. Speaking of kitchen creations, if you have not yet checked out my new series with Mind Over Munch, Friday Night Supper Club, I really, really hope you will. We had such a blast making it. Basically, we get together on a Friday night and make something a little more challenging and comedy ensues. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link it in the description box below. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.